Howdy y'all, and welcome back to another Longhorn tactical flashlight overview. And today we're going to be looking at Fenix's newest hunting light, the HT18R. This is going to be the R series upgrade to the original HT18, which came out in 2019. With the R, I'm assuming meaning rechargeable. However, there are quite a couple quality of life changes that I really enjoy about this light. This upgrade then is going to be boasting a 1,203 yard throw, as well as a maximum output of 2,800 lumens. And so I really encourage y'all to give this video a big thumbs up and subscribe, as it really helps out the channel and it will help you stay up to date on everything EDC and flashlight. And without further ado, let's go ahead and check this light out. And now looking at what comes included with your purchase of the Fenix HT18R flashlight. Of course, the Fenix HT18R flashlight. And then pre-installed in that is going to be the Fenix ARB L21 5000 version 2 lithium ion rechargeable battery. And that's going to be the 21700 size. And then as well as that, there's going to be this USB-C recharging cable. And then in this little baggie over here, we're going to have your spare O-ring and a lanyard. As well as that, we're going to have this nylon holster over here. Also included is going to be a red and a green filter. And then of course over here you're going to have your paperwork like your user manual and your warranty. And now let's move on to a general overview of the Fenix HT18R. This is going to employ a luminous SFT70 LED, and of course around it is going to be this very large polished reflector. And then right below that massive bell-shaped head is going to be the heat sink, and embedded in that heat sink is going to be the battery indicator light, which turns off after about 3 seconds once activated, and I have the keys on screen for you here. And then around back, you're going to have this rubber boot, which hides the USB-C recharging port. This light is going to be constructed out of a tough, aero-grade aluminum alloy with an HA3 hard-to-anodize anti-abrasive finish. And then of course, we're going to have this classic Fenix knurling right here. And as well as that, this is going to be a 1-inch tube, which is going to be compatible with most Fenix mounts and generic mounts. And then back here at the tail cap, there's going to be these 2 small lanyard holes on either side. And then as well as that, it's going to have the dual rubberized tail switch design with the power button and the mode button. And then giving y'all a really quick look at one of the filters that comes included with your purchase of the HT18R. You can install it by simply lining up this little tab with the gap in the accumulations of the HT18R. And then you can simply press it down all around the bezel of the light. And then once you have the filter installed, trust me, it is not going anywhere. One of my favorite things is how tight the filters are on the bezel of this light. And then you can do the same thing for the green one. And then to remove, you can just take this tab and then pull it off the light. And now as for my personal thoughts and first impressions of the HT18R, I'm gonna just have to say that it's a pretty good hunting light. Like, it's gonna have a good throw, a good output, and with the filters included, like, there's nothing really missing about this light. This light is just going to be doing everything that it should. It has a 2-button UI, which is going to be the simplest and probably my favorite type of UI, which also allows it to have an instant strobe, and the tubing is going to be a 1-inch diameter, meaning that's going to be compatible with a lot of Fenix mounts, as well as a lot of generic mounts as well, which is going to be very nice for a hunting light. Also, I was in the creek for around an hour to an hour and a half, and because of this massive bell-shaped head and the amount of surface area this heat sink is taking up, my hand never got hot. However, because of all that surface area, this is going to be a more bulky and a slightly more heavy light, and I'd recommend bringing another EDC with you, another flashlight, that might have a more floody or a hybrid beam shape to actually get to the blind, or to just look for things in the blind, because this is going to be a very specialized light. It throws light very far and very focused. And so having something to balance out this specialization would probably be nice to have. However, that's probably all I have to say on this light. It does everything as advertised, and it's just a good run-of-the-mill hunting light. And so there's not really much I can complain about. And really quickly, as a quick comparison between the original HT18 and the new HT18R, the HT18R, just looking at the specs here, can stay brighter for longer, but on the lower output is going to have a little bit less runtime. The pros of the HT18R are obviously going to be its dual tail switch design as compared to the tail switch side switch combo of the HT18. And then as well as that, it's going to be rechargeable through the flashlight itself rather than having to unscrew and charge the battery that way. As well as that, the battery indicator light is actually going to be on the open rather than embedded in a button, so that way it's more easy to see whenever you first activate the light. And then some pros of the original is going to be the fact that it's going to be a little bit lighter and ever so slightly shorter, and as well as that it comes with 18650 adapters, so that way they can also work in this light. However, overall for me, the winner is going to definitely be the HT18R, as it's going to have a more simple UI, better outputs overall, and that much needed USB-C recharging port. However, I would like a little bit more runtime out of it in the future. The operation of this light is pretty straightforward. You can turn this light on by using this big button back here, and that's going to be the power button to turn it on, and then you can cycle your brightness using the small mode button right here. So starting on low, then we go to medium, high, and then turbo, and then it will cycle you back down to low. With the light off, you can also access the momentary on and off by half pressing the power button. It will only stay on for as long as you are applying pressure. Also, while the light is off, and similar to the momentary on and off, if you were to press the mode button while the light is off, you will enter into your instant strobe function, which will strobe as long as you are applying pressure. However, the moment you let off, the strobe will stop. And then while the light is on, you can access your two special modes by holding the mode switch. By holding it, you will enter your strobe mode, and then by tapping it once, you will enter your SOS. And then by tapping it again, it will return you to your strobe, and then by holding it, it will return you to your previous output. This light also has mode memory. If I were to turn the light on and then cycle it up to its turbo brightness, turn it off, and then back on, it will return to its turbo brightness. However, if I were to turn it to the, let's say, SOS, turn it off and back on, it will not remember either of the special modes, and it will just return it to the previous output. And then while charging, the battery indicator on this light will be red, and then once it's fully charged, it will turn green. However, sadly, this light is non-operational while it is charging. And now onto my favorite part, the specs. On its low output, it's going to have a brightness of 30 lumens, and this will be able to run for 42 hours. On its medium output, it will have a brightness of 350 lumens, and that will be able to run for 6 hours and 30 minutes. Its high is going to have an output of 1000 lumens for 2 hours and 15 minutes. And then on turbo, this light is going to have a 2800 lumen output for a runtime of 1 hour and 40 minutes. However, it looks like step down occurs around 1 minute in, and then it's going to have a 1203 yard throw with a 300,000 candela intensity. Also, this light is going to be durable as it's IP68 waterproof and 1 meter impact resistant. And then on screen right now is going to be the dimensions and the weight of this light. Well guys, sadly that's going to have to do it for the HT18R, this awesome long-throwing hunting light from Fenix. I really hope this video helped your purchase decision of the HT18R. I want to encourage y'all again to give this video a big thumbs up and subscribe, as it really helps out the channel. And as always, thank you so much for watching, and we will see you in the next one.